Raj is an independent filmmaker, and he's an actor, and you do comedy as well.
I do, yeah. I stick with mostly sketch material. I haven't gotten up on like stand-up or anything like that yet. Yeah, I kind of have a hand in everything. It's kind of the only way to get things done sometimes. So you got to edit, you got to market it yourself, you got to make your own promotional materials. So I kind of have ability to do a little bit of everything: Photoshop and editing in Adobe Premiere, and yeah, I kind of do it all, and kind of been at it for a bit as well.
What kind of film have you been involved with?
I mean, all types. I started. Well, I actually have my degree in my associate's degree in film and TV production.
You go to Emerson?
I didn't. You know, I've only been here in Boston for 2 years, actually. Almost 2 years, actually. Most of my education is from Los Angeles, from California, and I went to community college out there. Got my degree, and somehow I started getting into acting as well. And yeah, just kind of ballooned from there. I had skills in editing, and I was working in Photoshop. I enjoyed photography already, so I kind of just ballooned this creative bubble, and just kind of I'm living in it. I just kind of making whatever comes to mind. Sketches. I've made short films that are available to watch on Amazon. I think they're free for Prime members. Yeah, I just kind of enjoy the process. It's financially it's hard because it's not always bringing in the income. I'm kind of doing all these for my own passion, but I don't know, I like getting my face out there and I like doing it.
What about your projects? Where are they?
I mean, all over the place. I'm mostly working in sketches right now, so writing and getting them produced with either just myself or a small team of people. Getting people has kind of been the most difficult aspect I've had here in comparison to living in LA. Just I'm not seeing as many people like jumping up to get on this.
And I was going to ask you, this is a smaller community.
Yes.
It's a tighter, more intimate community,
Absolutely.
if you will, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
It is. So that has been, I have just finally connected with some people who are, one of the sketches that'll be in my reel is one I just shot with some gentlemen who were very helpful, and I hope to be working with them again. So yeah, it's, I'm kind of just always producing something. I was working on like little affiliate videos for things I do. I also work as an Uber driver, so I was making affiliate videos for little side businesses I have, like a tablet where people can play games, or a little cargo snack box people can order food from. Just trying to, use my abilities in video creation to be making videos all the time. It's what I want to do. I mean, I want to be in them as well, but I kind of enjoy just creating them as well.
What does that mean? We're talking about creation. We're talking about development. We're talking about writing.
All of it.
The whole
and filming.
All of
filming
it,
it, right? So you're a one-man operation, with the exception of the people that work with you on the.
Absolutely.
sketch.
I absolutely can do everything myself. Would I prefer to have a team? Absolutely.
Of course.
Every job I could give to another person would be wonderful. But if the only way to get it done is just through me, then I'm going to do it.
But when you're doing the whole show, literally yourself, I would imagine it's a challenge. It can be a challenge.
And you're working for volunteers most of the time.
Right.
It's your friends, your family, your dog, whoever's around.
Well, like you say, he's a busy fella right there, but are you a control person? Do you mind other people doing things that you might not approve, but do you still let them do it, or do you complain about them doing something that differently than you do it?
I think the only aspect I have a strong bit of control on is editing, just because I feel like I have a vision. As cliche as that sounds, I feel like I know what I want when I edit something of my own, that's when I have a difficulty. But even directing, I could give to
because
someone else.
it's your project, it's
Right.
your product,
Right.
Your baby.
right, and you're
Right.
responsible for that image. What the viewer sees is what apparently, or theoretically, what you see.
Right.
Before you have that image transferred over.
I think that's exactly it. I want to make sure the product is just what I had in mind, even if it's not even because I've had many things that didn't live up to my own expectations, but I still want to get them out there in the best possible way I can, because I don't want to waste that time. You know, that's time, especially if there were actors involved or other people involved. You know, people want, you know, footage for their reel. They want stuff,
and they're busy too.
And they should, and especially
Right.
if they volunteered, they should definitely get at least their real footage. Always, I think.
Yeah.
That's so important.
I'm definitely writing scripts as well
Right.
on paper, but yes, yeah, it's kind of thinking, you know, coming up with the idea and just scripting it out and going with it. I don't let anything kind of stop me once I have that drive.
You have a similar background. I mean, you're acting. You're an actor, and you've done sketches. Have you worked on an actual feature film?
I have, yes. It's a bit of a sore topic for me, but I do have a feature film under my belt as executive producer and co-writer. The film itself, it just didn't go as far as I wanted it to, you know. And for the budget it had, that's a shame, because the investment was personal. Came through my family, actually, through their grocery and restaurant business back in Los Angeles. So that was a tough hit. I actually was ready to leave and not do this anymore.
But that didn't discourage you all that much, did
No,
it?
I'm here. Right. That was a couple of very sad years or months or
But
however long.
learning years.
Learning experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was just a lot of money. You know, honestly, it was a lot of money to just be like, never gonna see that again.
Do you think you might? Or is the project not?
You know what? I still watch. When I first watched it back when we first got it, I was discouraged. I'm like, this isn't as good. Rewatching it again recently, I was very, very pleased with what we've done. Well, the feature we did had compromises. It was written to be a little higher budget, and there was more special effects, but we knew what budget we could attain. So that's how I got in on co-writer on it, to kind of bring it down to what we could afford, because it was being self-funded. So even though the money was coming from myself, we knew we had to make this as lean as possible. I think we probably should have made it more lean, but all the same, we were trying to cut it down.
And this is the one that you're talking about a few years ago, where the
yes, the one that hasn't
risk.
really kind of taken
Right.
off. You know, we knew it needed to be as cheap as possible to be bought. Unless we were going to go just VOD, which was going to be a slow trickle in of the money back, selling it would be the most opportune and the quickest way to get the money back. But we knew if it was too expensive, they're not going to buy it.
Have you?
I mean, in that feature we made, we had a plan to make 2 more films, but without the financial.
Sequels or just
Not sequels, no.
unrelated?
No. Two unrelated films. Yeah, we kind of had this whole production company idea, and it was going to be. That's the thing. You kind of get delusional, and you need a little bit. You need a little bit, but you need to
You
be
have to be
grounded.
crazy a
You
little
do.
bit, yeah.
You need to. You need to realize that you're chasing an almost impossible dream. So anything you can do to just do it is going to help you along. Just sitting and brainstorming is not going to get you any closer. That's for sure.
We're talking about film, so we're going to watch a reel that you brought with us. Okay, yeah. So sit back and enjoy Raj Jawa's reel. Yeah.
When danger strikes, he's stuck indoors. It's Allergy Man!
Good morning.
I told Todd here that he was going to have to jump over this brand new Ford GT Mustang. All right, head on down there, Todd.
I said I didn't want to do this.
You're going to be great.
Not okay.
Get in position.
It was so dangerous.
Yeah, that's commitment. That's what I'm talking about. Tomorrow, we jump the Explorer.
So mad at you.
Okay. He didn't just sit behind a desk and blab his mouth like a Seth Meyers. No. He got up and danced with his audience, like an Ellen.
You should really think about getting things together yourself. You can't live like this forever.
Why not? I like the way I live.
People don't watch TV and stuff their face all day.
Can you just grab me that beer, bro?
My child, he has heard your prayer. We shall help you with this.
Oh, thank you, Father. Thank you.
That was very good.
Thank you.
But there's one thing that I noticed on that. The editing was very good in that.
Thank you.
And that has to be for a particular project like that, right? The editing and the special effects.
Yes, of course. The only project that I personally produced that I think two of them, is the one where I'm petting the young lady on the head and the allergy man right in the beginning. Those are the ones that were actually produced by me and written.
So you were younger, these were all shot in LA?
Yes. The allergy man was shot here. That's the only one that was actually shot here in Boston. It's my first sketch that I've actually got off the ground here.
How tough is it out in LA to work compared to Boston?
I find it very easy to work in LA, just because I don't know if it's something that's not being taught in acting schools out here or what, but I feel like actors aren't getting enough gumption to just get out and do it themselves. You know, maybe you don't know camera, maybe you don't know editing, but you just start doing it. And I don't fall, because I worked for free most of my career. So many of those projects were probably unpaid. But I just did it for the enjoyment of it. And again, I can't fault anyone for not working for free or wanting to or putting in the time for something. But when this is what you're chasing, what else are you doing?